like to apologize for the interruption. As of now, we're bringing you a live worldwide broadcast from Interpol's ICPO.
I head up an international police task force which includes all member nations. I am Lind L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
Hello everyone, L here again. So, while I was recording my last video and reading up on some of the comments you guys left, it had appeared to be pretty obvious to make a structure for my new videos. So, I have tried to make a simple structure for myself, which I will try to follow to the best of my abilities for this new video. And so, I will try to discuss the topic of ambitions in this video. I realize I have said the word video many times in the last 10 seconds or so, but the main thing about ambition is, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but usually people do have ambitions. It could be something as simple as live a good life, marry, have a nice, good family, and spend some time doing the things you love. This is probably the best example of ambition when it comes to my own interpretation of the word by itself. But that is not the only case of ambition there is. You could also have an ambition for power, status, money, and any of those things. It's normal. It's completely normal for a human being to have, and that is not what I'm trying to discuss here. But lately I've noticed that the problem with my ambitions are there are almost none. And by that I mean, it's not like I don't want any of those things, you know? I'd love to be happy, have a family, have a wife, kids, have some money, but that is not the main point of life for me. Whenever in my life I've thought about the word ambition, I just simply thought I don't have any of it. And regardless of the meaning you choose to take upon yourself when thinking about this word, I just thought, whatever, I don't need anything. I feel happy when I eat a decent meal, when I see someone I like, when I see a friend of mine, and I do feel happy. And I've been learning through some of the latest years in my life that I felt enough just like this, which makes me happy, but at the same time I feel a little bit like it makes me feel sad as well, because I know I do have potential in areas, and it's not just my own thoughts. I've been told many times by other people, even people I don't really know that well, that I have a lot of potential, that I could do this and this, that I could, I don't know, help the world. And I do think that is true, which makes me sad, because if I have zero ambition, that makes me lack some work ethic. And with no work ethic, you cannot reach anything meaningful in this world. Any milestones, any important missions to complete, you will not reach them simply because you don't work towards them. And I'm not sure entirely where my lack of ambition really stems from. The thing is, when I was young, we didn't really have a lot of stuff, so I got used to not having anything. But since I had a good family, a good parent, I was happy even though I had almost none of the stuff that I wanted or the other kids had at my age. If I wanted to go outside and buy, I don't know what we did as kids, even ice cream or like spend money, I just felt so bad spending money that we didn't even have at that point. I couldn't even bring myself to ask if I could go out, because then that would mean I would need to ask for money, which I would spend, and then I would feel bad inside. about myself or the situation at hand. So, after a few years, I just stopped going out like that. I did go a few times a year, but this made me fall out socially a little, which then brings me on to another issue that comes from this. As I've said, and as I will continue to say, these videos are about myself. I'm just trying to put my own view into the world and see if anyone is compatible with it, if this has happened to anyone, and also if this hasn't happened to anyone. I'm excited to see your opinions, which is why I don't really bother with editing or any visuals. I just put some PNGs and that is enough, because this is not supposed to be a video essay or something you're excited to watch visually. This is just something for your mind to ponder about when you're thinking deeply, or even when you're bored, don't know what to do. I think this is pretty similar to, let's say, an audiobook. Maybe it's about philosophy. The topic of philosophy comes into my mind very often, and I will speak about it later in some of my other videos. But I think for this video, this shall be enough for now. I'll just try putting it on YouTube right now and see if any of you guys felt anything when watching this video. And if not, I'll just simply make another one. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, and I'll see how that goes. Okay? So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.